In a valley where the nights were long and the fields depended on moonlight, people began to notice something strange. The light above them no longer fell in a steady silver wash. It arrived in broken ribbons, torn across the sky like fabric caught on thorns. The streams dimmed, the paths vanished early. The farmers said their crops no longer knew when to rest. At the edge of that valley lived a young seamstress named Ilara. She was known for patient hands, quiet work, and a habit of mending what others threw away. Cloaks, curtains, wedding veils, winter gloves. If it was torn, she could make it whole. One evening, as she worked beside her window, a pale figure appeared in the garden below. It was no larger than a lantern flame, with wings like thin glass and a glow softer than frost. The creature introduced itself as a moon fairy, a keeper of the night's silver weave. High above the valley, it said, the moonlight had begun to split apart, and the fair folk could no longer mend it alone. So the fairy placed a spool of silver thread in Ilara's hands. It was lighter than silk and colder than river water. She was told that ordinary hands could not touch torn moonlight. Hands trained to repair what was broken might succeed where magic had failed. So each night, Ilara climbed the hill above the valley with her needle, her spool, and a small ladder of ash wood. There, under the fractured sky, she began her work. She stitched glowing tears that drifted like ribbons in the wind. Each repair demanded precision. Each seam had to follow the quiet pull of the stars. Night after night, she returned. Her fingers trembled from the cold silver thread. Her eyes burned from the light. But below her, the valley slowly changed. Moonlight began to settle again on rooftops, on fields, on the river stones. The farmers saw pale shine return to the wheat. Children found the paths home again. Windows no longer darkened too soon. Then came the final tear, the largest of all, stretched above the valley like a wound across the heavens. The thread was nearly gone. The fairy said there would be only one chance. If the seam failed, the light would scatter for good. So, Ilara climbed higher than before and cast the last of the silver line through the split. For a moment, the whole sky seemed to hold its breath. Then the torn edges drew together, the light steadied. The valley below filled with a single calm brightness that had not been seen in many weeks. By dawn, the fairy was gone. The spool had vanished. Only Ilara remained on the hill, her hands silvered by moon dust. She returned to her cottage and to her ordinary work. She never called herself a hero. She simply kept mending what was placed before her. And from that season on, whenever moonlight lay smooth across the valley, people told one another that the sky, like cloth, sometimes tears in silence, and somewhere, when it does, it waits for steady hands to mend it.